Peace, family. Let's talk about depression a little bit. Most of the time, we think about it as a disorder or like, oh, we just got depression today. Like it just fell upon us. Today, I want to talk about it as if it's a feeling. You know what I'm saying? We live in this oneness universe, and we talk about the nature of everything flows, the nature of attracting and projecting, the nature of cause and effect. I think that it does align with those things. I think that depression is a very cause and effect thing, you know what I'm saying? And that's what we're gonna be talking about today. Why do you really feel depressed? What are some of the reasons, what are some of the things that you are doing that cause you to feel depressed, that cause you to feel unfulfilled in your life on a daily basis, that just make you feel shitty and don't want to live the life that you live in? We're gonna dive into this shit today. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all like this type of content, as always, let me know in the comments. I appreciate how many people have been subscribing to the page. We're gonna keep growing. We're gonna keep doing our thing out here in the third dimension, raising the vibe, transcending to the fifth dimension, all that type of shit. Let's get into it, y'all. The first thing that we're going to talk about is your level of focus. Not only your level of focus, but your quality of focus. What do I mean by this? What is the quality of the average thought that you think on a daily basis? The dominant environment that you live in your life? What emotions are you allowing to run through your system that's influencing you to think a certain type of way? What are you embracing through the plane of thought? This is all important because a lot of us focus so much on the negative. And I know a lot of the time, a lot of us are just trying to express ourselves. I know a lot of us are just trying to like say that we had enough of the negative in our life and all of that. And acknowledging it is the first step in doing that. But a lot of us are doing this in an excessive way. We really over embracing all the negativity within the mind. Like you let the positive stuff pass by, be here and there for 1 second, but you hold on to all of your negative vibes. These are very toxic mannerisms that we have that lead us to being depressed over time. You could see somebody that has something that you don't have, that you want. You'd be like, oh, why don't I have that? Now you just started the momentum of a whole bunch of ungrateful thoughts because you embrace that one thought. Now the next thought come and it's another negative thought. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all of these different thoughts, the fluctuation of the mind. You have to learn how to maintain these things better. You have to learn how to put yourself in new environments. You have to learn how to do the things that are actually helping you to relax yourself. Let's think of our mind as a tool more so. Our mind is more of a tool and it's not meant to overthink. Overthinking is actually an illusion in my opinion. I feel like there's no such thing as overthinking because the mind is a tool. The mind is meant to predict these outcomes and do all of these different things and calculate, you know what I'm saying? So when we're doing all of these things, it takes our mind constantly fluctuating, adding up all of the new data that's coming in. It's like if our mind was a browser, it would be pressing refresh every couple milliseconds. You get what I'm saying? And that's just because that's the tool that our body uses to make sense and survive in this world. So you can use that to get to your intentions, but you have to learn how to maintain it. Over embracing all of these negative things that are flowing through your mind and through your chakra system, which meaning emotions, you are just allowing yourself to fall into these deep sinkholes of abyss and darkness and loneliness and feeling like you can't do something. You know what I'm saying? Which brings us to our next one. Eating unhealthy is one of the main reasons why you feel depressed on a daily basis. When you actually think about it, your gut is like your second brain. It's constantly being fed the things that you are giving it. So our brain perceives thoughts and let those fly through it. Our gut has the same thing, but with food. You're constantly letting food fly past your gut system and it's determining the quality of that. If we align this on the energetic plane, your solar plexus chakra lies there. What is the center of your solar plexus chakra? It's the center of your self-esteem, which meaning the way that you perceive yourself. And it's also the center of your manifestation, which is your physical reality that you bring about to yourself. Your level of confidence and all these things, which is stemming directly to how powerful and or depressed that you feel in this lifetime. This is acknowledging how you are eating food, is acknowledging how you are choosing to treat your body. You are getting into these points to where you eat a lot of different shitty ass foods and then they are creating deficiencies within your body. We already talked about in my refined carbohydrates video how when these refined carbohydrates are in your body, they are taking up the things that are already in your body to heal you. They're just draining you further. So when you are already deficient and you eating more of these shitty foods, your body is going to get to a point to where it can't be peaceful and it can't be happy because you have too much things that are going on. You don't have the assets that are, or the faculties within your body to produce what it needs to be produced. The thing that you can do to counteract this is just juicing. A lot of people eat shitty foods on a daily basis. At this point, what you can do is just start adding juices to your night or to your morning, to your rising. When you wake up in the rising, you can instantly have juices prepped that are filled with like fruits, cucumbers, apples, pineapples, honeydew, you know what I'm saying? All these different things that you can have to just help you get more energetic and flush your system of all of that bullshit that's in there, because these have healing benefits to them. During early phases in human evolution, humans never really had nothing to do, if you think about it. We were always surviving in some type of way or preparing to help us survive in some type of way. The core basis of our whole entire anatomy and biological alchemy is survival. It's to help ourselves survive. Our subconscious mind and all of these different things are just to help us survive. If you think about it, these are all tools that are just supposed to be infinitely calculating and infinitely problem solving. Our human evolution evolved us to where we thrive in a state of perpetual problem solving. So for you to have no purpose is one of the main things that can make you feel depressed in this lifetime. A lot of people nowadays, because we don't have a sense of urgency in this civilization as we live it, especially in the United States, we tend to easily adopt a lack of purpose or adopt stagnicity into our lives because we have everything right here. You can go look up some porno to bust a nut if you want to. You know what I'm saying? You can shortcut all of that, having to go talk to somebody and build relationships and stuff like that to receive some sort of release. Go on your phone and just produce excessive amounts of dopamine. Go on the video game and produce excessive amounts of dopamine that make you feel like you actually went on a journey and accomplished something in your life when there has been no progression in the actual physical life. It's ways that we are tricking ourselves into getting those alchemical reactions within the brain, like the satisfaction and stuff like that. But the reason why we still feel depressed throughout that is because our body is still feeling the lack of the movement, and there's certain things, there's certain faculties that's still not being used. What you can actually do to counteract this aspect is pretty obvious: have a sense of purpose. But a lot of people don't know where to start when it comes to having a sense of purpose. So where do you start when you want to have a sense of purpose? The first thing is learning your synapses, learning your triggers, why you emotionally react in the way you do, because you already have certain reasons deep down within your root chakra. That is your root chakra, all of your survival instincts. You need to start bringing these things out. Even if it takes having a negative experience, you need to start letting these things provoke themselves out so that you can realize them and then have some mediation, switch them up if your reasoning is off, but then actually start to realize what matters to your natural soul self, and then start pursuing those things on a daily basis. Like if your judgments place you in a place to where you know that you should be working out more, being on your shit more in terms of fitness, or being on your shit more in terms of eating, being on your shit more in terms of interacting with people socially, or judging people less, or whatever it is, then you should be abiding by those things. You know what I'm saying? And you should form a narrative within yourself and create a story that invigorates you to take action in this lifetime. And this one actually brings me a little bit to the last one, family, which is being too intellectually active, or being not active enough, shall I say. Like what I was saying, this generation, we got so much entertainment, we have so much leniency, we have so much availability that it's easy to be stagnant and not see any instant consequences for it. A lot of the time, our bodies need a little bit of a push so that we can feel more proud of ourselves, more confident within ourselves, so that we can actually impress our subconscious mind a lot of the time. The less that you move physically, the more that your mind will become inconfident about moving physically. You see what I'm saying? And also, this just keeps you in that intellectual plane a lot. When you are sitting there thinking a lot, you're not doing a workout while you're sitting there calling yourself overthinking or whatever. You're usually sitting there stagnant. You could be doing something and you could just be in the plane of thought, not doing what you actually intended to do in that moment. All of these things are true indicators of the depression that you are feeling and stuff like that. But yeah, y'all, these are just a couple different ways that y'all can realize how y'all treating yourselves that have been making y'all feel a certain type of way. Because this is a cause and effect universe, especially if you go by the 12 laws of the universe. Then that means that you are doing something wrong if you're feeling wrong. And it's not like you're going to be doing everything right and everything is always going to be going wrong. It doesn't mean that you're going to be doing everything right and everything is always going to go right. And then right is like weird, because right, what I mean by right in that sense is how you standardize right. I think things will go right in how the algorithm spits it out and how correct the universe is in its fluctuation of the laws and shit like that. But y'all get what I'm saying. Anyways, if y'all enjoy this type of content, as always, let me know in the comments and stuff like that. Y'all actually gotta start commenting and stuff if y'all be watching the video, or at least like the video, you know what I'm saying? If you like the video, it shows some form of appreciation, you know what I'm saying? Because I am spending time on the video, stuff like that. If you sit there and watch at least a decent amount of the video, drop a like on that John, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you ultimately expressing, you're gonna be ultimately experiencing, because we are living in this third dimension, which is the exterior form of oneness. So you're gonna be seeing oneness in the form of everything that is in your exterior environment. You literally creating that based off your own vibration. But whatever, y'all, take care of yourselves, love yourselves, remember who you are, all that type of shit. Stay in tune with yourselves. Shemim HOTEP.